are breaking quarantine laws. Do not take another step. Do not do it. Oh God, oh Jesus, oh fuck, he's done it. Open fire.
So this is it then. A quarantine life. No meeting with friends. No going outside for more than an hour. No social interaction. Nice! Just months alone with me and my thoughts. And also that guy who'll hopefully stay asleep through the whole thing. To be honest, I don't suppose it's that bad a deal. I mean, really, if you're just sitting in the house all day, what could possibly go wrong?
Why, hello there! Oh, don't worry, my friend. I mean you no harm. I'm you from an alternate timeline, where you're a lot more successful.
Oh, is that right?
And don't live in this hovel.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, why don't you go back to that timeline? Toodaloo. I could, except that timeline's a bit, busy at the minute.
Yeah,
Oh, now, don't be like that. After all, I brought you a little, housewarming gift for me moving in.
Well, who said anything about moving in? Well, then again, I suppose it's true what they say. You should always accept drinks from creepy strangers. There, you give it here.
Here you go.
Ooh, it's got a bit of a kick. What is it?
Well, you see, from where I come from, we don't have food anymore. We just have liquidized, watered versions of food. That one's a particular favourite of mine. Rhubarb and chicken vindaloo.
So it took a lot of hemming and hawing to work out what I wanted to review for this video. Originally it was going to be Bioshock, but then I thought that would probably take much more of a video essay and a lot more of an in-depth look, and let's be honest, we're all in quarantine, we're all bored out of our asses, I don't want to bore you more. And then I thought, well hey, what about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which I saw before all this kicked off? But that gets worse and worse the more I think about it, and I really don't want to put myself through that experience again. So here's my brief opinion. Sonic was annoying, the CGI was fine, it was definitely better than the monstrosity they planned on having beforehand. I laughed at Jim Carrey, so I suppose he did a really good job because it's probably one of the only times I've ever laughed at Jim Carrey. Can't wait to see what else is planned for the Sega Cinematic Universe because they've got so many fantastic and well-known characters like Sonic and 10 out of 10 IGN, gotta go fast, and throw a hedgehog, Alright, okay, on to the more important stuff. But Morgan, I hear you say, you couldn't have seen Birds of Prey recently. All the cinemas are closed because of quarantine. Well, let you know that I don't care about quarantine, and I watched it anyway, because I'm amazing. Also video piracy, that kinda helped.
Are you ready, kids?
Normally this would be the part where I try to explain why this may not have been DC's best idea, and why you'd want to bring back Margot Robbie despite her being the most annoying character in Suicide Squad. But you know what, let's just get right into the plot, baby! So Harley and Joker break up. Harley in response goes and gets absolutely shit-faced in a bar, gaining the attention of Ewan McGregor, who plays Black Mask, or Roman Sionis. Or, as they call him in the film, Roman Sionis, which is wrong. The main plot kicks off when a child called Cassandra Cain steals a rare diamond from Sionis' goon Victor Zsasz, meaning they want the kid captured and probably killed. Sionis doesn't like Harley and tries to kill her when he finds out that she's no longer protected by the Joker, but then he lets her go when she says she'll find the child for him. He's supposedly the biggest crime boss in Gotham and has access to the entire underworld, which he later uses because he hires a bunch of other mercenaries to find the girl too. so he had literally no real reason to do that. Harley later finds the kid, but it turns out the kid's since swallowed the diamond, so instead of just carving her open, you know, like what a villain would do, she instead decides to hang out with the child until the child, like, basically craps it out. You cannot even make this up. So at this point we're introduced to Harley's pet hyena, and I'm only really bringing this scene up for one main reason. The fact that it's called Bruce. And there's only one of them. In the comics she had two of them, and both of them were called Bud and Lou. He's only named Bruce for this one joke where she says she named him Bruce after that, quote, hunky Wayne guy. The hyena doesn't serve a purpose in the plot at all. You see him in this scene, he supposedly dies later, and then he turns out to be alive at the end of the film. So it was all pointless, and it was for this one joke that I'm not even sure was a joke, or was it meant to be an Easter egg? Because I think even the general public who don't read comics would know who Bruce Wayne is. Hang on a second, who directed this shit? The plot structure, I'll just say it now, is completely inane. It constantly winds back and forth, so it opens in the club, and then you get Harley's voice, or Margot Robbie's, I'm not sure who it actually is, and she goes, oh no, that's not how it actually happened, and it constantly rewinds back and forth between scenes, so you're jumping all over the timeline, and I'm giving myself a massive headache trying to understand it all. Why not just put it all chronologically? You know, there's no twist, there's no shocking reveal at the end. Just put it in the right order. Is this meant to be funny? Because I'll just say it right now, it's not. So then Roman Sionis kidnaps the kid because the diamond, I guess. I can't even remember what happened to the diamond by this point. I don't really fucking care, to be honest. I just want this section over with. And then Harley Quinn finds them, and then the kid puts a grenade on him and blows him up, and that's probably the only funny part in the whole film.
The end.
So we are now 2 months into me trying to make this video. The seasons have transitioned from spring to summer, so now I'm sitting outside because it's a sauna in my room. I mean, what's one more continuity error going to make in this video, really? You know, what damage is that going to cause? You know, let's talk about the tone. Let's talk about the tone, shall we? This film is one of the worst examples, one of the most prominent examples ever, of tonal whiplash. You get these scenes that barely connect. Like, for example, Black Mask the villain, his first intro scene, he's like literally cutting off people's faces. He's getting Victor Zsasz to cut off people's faces. And there's this blood and the screaming and there's crying and he's all evil. And then literally in the next scene, Harley Quinn's like fighting over a sandwich. It feels like I'm watching a different film. Like, what is this? Where was the direction?
You're a lifesaver, Sal.
I love you.
And I'm good for the 75 cents, okay? I promise.
Also, I just want to get my impressive hair flick on camera, despite having ultra long hair now. You know, Bojo, if you're watching, reopen the hairdresser's first, baby. Despite my gripes, Birds of Prey is in no way the worst thing I've ever seen, and is in my opinion an actual step up from past installments in the DC cinematic universe. I mean, at least with this film there's colour and vibrancy, everything has a bigger sense of life, but it still has all the old problems that Suicide Squad had. Every character seems really phoned in, most of the dialogue is irritating, and nobody, with maybe the exception of Ewan McGregor, seems to be having any fun. If you want to do something more serious, look to the Dark Knight trilogy or Todd Phillips' Joker for inspiration. If you want to do something more comedic, look to the campiness of the Adam West Show, or, you know, hell, even that Harley Quinn animated series. I'm just standing by the belief that you can't do both, you can't go both ways. And also that if we can't find a better replacement actor for Margot Robbie, we should at least be able to witness her in the star role of the public witch burning. Speaking of burning, I heard that Mortal Kombat 11's getting a new update and I'm actually really excited for that.